What is happening today, my More Squad? We are here with our first episode of Talk More Sports, hosted by me, your main man, Hudson Moore. A little background history on me. I'm a former Division II track and field sprinter representing the University of Central Washington, representing my Cats, baby. With this new content and platform, I hope to give my own personal takes and opinions in the world of sports media, trending things happening in the world of sports, and all sports alike. And on a separate channel, stay tuned. We'll have a separate channel for my track and field community where you'll know me, for all my track and field athletes, coaches, spectators, you'll know me as Mr. Moore on track. Hope you enjoy this new journey and new contact with me. And with that being said, let's just dive right into it. All right, y'all, so this past weekend, it was the Jamaican National Championships. And for that, it helps for the track and field athletes of Jamaica qualify for this upcoming summer World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. And as of yesterday, Kishane Thompson of Jamaica Sprinting ran the number 6 time all-time in the men's 100 meter, running at 9.75. Just behind Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, Asafa Powell, Tyson Gay, and Justin Gatlin, just in the top 5, but running number 6 all-time. And Shericka Jackson of the women's 200 meter qualified and will be hopefully defending her title in this year's World Championships, going up against Gabby Thomas, who is the reigning Olympic champion in the 24 Paris Olympics. And a nice little shout out to the queen of track and field sprinting, Shelly Ann Fraser of Jamaica, qualifying for her 13th national team. 13th team. As she said a few weeks ago and confirmed this will be her final season of her track and field career, being at the age of 38. And she has had an outstanding track and field career. Multiple-time Olympic gold medalist, multiple-time world champion, one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of all time to do it, hands down. We will miss her dearly, but I hope she can end off with hopefully either a gold medal or a world championship medal in this year's World Championships. Now, as we kind of dive a little bit more into Kishane Thompson after what he did running a 9.75. Not only do you run the number 6 all-time best, but you're now the number 1 world leading time in this season's track and field. Now, do we think he can win gold medal with this time? Absolutely. No question about it. He's the only man currently win legal time to run under 9.8. Win legal time. After losing to Noah Lyles in last year's Olympics in the Paris Games, taking silver with Noah taking gold, he has a chip on his shoulders, right? And with Noah Lyles, unfortunately, not running the 100 meters yet, has not even made a 100-meter debut yet in this season, in the 2025 track and field season, I start to question it a little bit. I really do. Because now I'm thinking to myself, Noah may not even win a medal in this year's World Championships in the 100 meter. Now, could he maybe in the 200? Yes, there's no question about it. We'll have to see him actually run it. But keep in mind, he is the current 3-time world champion in the 200 meters. And he has just won the 100 meter in the World Championships back in 2023 and won it in the Olympics last year. So we know he can win or medal in the 100, but since you have not yet run the 100 meter this season, I question a little bit. No, if he runs 200 meter, we're not going to question that. We shouldn't be. Yes, I know he has not yet run a 200 meters, so there is that question mark, but with his background history, with him being his prime, there's be no question that he can win the 200 meter, or if let's just win a medal. But for 100 meter, I don't think he's going to win a medal this year. Not until we start seeing him run. And this weekend could have been a perfect opportunity because Lyles called out Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill, saying you wanted that smoke. And you decided just to postpone it and cancel due to personal reasons. I don't know what the reasons is. A lot of people don't know, but unfortunately, your little brother, Josephus Lyles, decided to accept the challenge. And unfortunately, lost to Tyreek Hill after Tyreek ran in 10.09, while Josephus Lyles ran a 10.29. Now, keep in mind, in that Texas Spring Classic, Tyreek Hill took 4th, Josephus took 5th, so it's not like Tyreek Hill beat everybody out there. And it's impressive for Tyreek Hill for nearly being out of 10 years out of the sport in track and field, putting on lots of weight and muscle for the sport of football, and you still come out running a 10.09. Very impressive, I really have to say. But this is a bad look for the track and field world and for the track and field community. it is a bad look for us. This makes us look very bad, especially in the sprinting community, because we love to talk about how we are much faster and athletic than football players. We do. I say it, my teammates say it, we all think it. We all do. But with you, Noah Lyles, you are the face of the world of sprinting. You just are. You are the 100-meter Olympic gold medalist. And also the reigning 100-meter Olympic world champion as well, back to back. So you're representing us, man. And the fact that you decided to call it quits due to whatever personal reason that was, and now your brother accepts the challenge and of course gets beat, now they're going to be these non-track and field people who don't know the sport, who's never participated, don't know anything about it. They're going to be thinking, oh, looks like you sprinters, looks like you're not all that fast. Keep in mind, Cheetah actually ran track back in college, so he actually knows something about the world of sprinting. Now granted, it's been about a decade since he's actually done it, but nonetheless, he still knows how to sprint. But then there's going to be these naysayers saying, oh, Noah Lyles could never do that. Compared to a 9.79 and a 10.09, us sprinters actually know that Noah can and will beat him if they ever do race against each other. But since you're not the one wanting that smoke, when you're the one who's calling him out, well then I have to question it a little bit. It just makes no sense. I want to see Noah Lyles go up against Tyreek so he could just prove to everybody what we've all been saying. But for now, it's just going to be this whole back and forth thinking that Cheetah, Tyreek can actually compete against all these top sprinters in the nation, and which is so not true. You would get dusted by guys like Kenny Benerick, Fred Curley, Christian Coleman, and Noah Lyles. And of course, in his head, he's going to be thinking he can outperform all these guys. Somehow, maybe, I don't know if he's really thinking this, but maybe think he can make it to the Team USA for this year's World Championships. Hate to break it to you, that will not happen. But then there's going to be these people who are just going to think otherwise and think it's possible. And that is so far from the truth, right? So hopefully, Noah Lyles can just stop getting on a podcast, YouTube channel, whatever. Because that's the thing. We have barely seen Noah Lyles this entire season. I see him more in his photo shoots for his upcoming wedding, or I see him in the media, podcast, whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, you're the reigning world champion. You're the reigning Olympic champion. Where are you? Where are you, Noah Lyles? We need to see you compete. Because, quite frankly, I think Kenny Benerick can take your crown in the 200-meter. I truly think so. I think he will be the new 200-meter world champion. And I love Kenny Benerick. I love Kenny. I love me little Kung Fu Kenny. And I know every sprinter out there loves little Kung Fu Kenny as well. What we've seen from Kung Fu Kenny from the Grand Slam, not even just in the 200, but in the 100-meter, I've called this many times. I think Kenny Benerick can actually also win a medal in the 100-meter. He can easily win the 200-meter, but I think he can also win a medal in the 100 after what we've been seeing. I truly believe so. And now, do I think he'll win gold in the 100? Probably not. I mean, there's always a possibility, but with Kishane running what he has in the Jamaican National Championships, I truly believe that it will be him winning the gold. And then Kenny could probably come in second, third, but who knows. But for the 200-meter, I feel like that's a lockdown for Kenny, 100%. And with Noah Lyles, I don't know. Because also Aaron Knighton, the 21-year-old phenom for Team USA, he's currently in court trying to fight this ban he has for a substance in one of his meats or food that he had. I don't really know a whole lot of details. Not a lot of people know about it either. It's been a long fighting court for possibly him being banned. But nonetheless, looking at Team USA in the 200-meter, I think it will be Kenny Benerick. I don't think it will be Aaron 9. I don't think it will be Noah Lyles. I think it will be Kung Fu Kenny finally getting that gold, finally being at the top of the podium. Because history has shown, since the 21 Tokyo Games, he has come in second and third every single time. I truly believe that Kenny Benerick, since the 2021 season, has been the most consistent, best 200-meter sprinter in today's game. And what I mean by consistent, not just placing, but also running the times. Always running a sub-20 every single place he goes. And I know some people are going to be thinking, well, what about Noah Lyles? He's been the 200-meter world champion every single time. That's true. When I think of consistency, always being at the top of the podium as far as first, second, or third. And then always running a sub-20 right behind. Always. I've probably never seen Kenny Benerick one time, honestly maybe once or twice, in the past 4 seasons, running a 20. I always see him running a sub 20. And that just shows how great of a sprinter he can and will be. He's just first got to win that gold medal. And especially with the way he looked in the Paris Games, going up against Tebogo Leslie and No Lyles, Kenny Benerick could have won the Olympic gold in the 200 meter. So for Kenny Benerick, I truly believe that he will win the 200 meter gold world title this year in Tokyo. And I'm not saying Noah can't do it, but it goes to show we need to actually see him run though. And until we see him run, then we do not know what will happen. We truly don't. And again, with Aaron Nine, as great as phenom he is, at 21 years old, with you fighting this being banned from a substance you were taking for whatever the truth is, most likely he will not be competing in this year's USA Championships. So for Kenny Benerick, I truly believe that he will win the 200 meter world title this year. He will finally be at the top, rightfully so. Now, when we think about the women's 200 meter, Shericka Jackson, number 2 all time in the women's 200 meter. You have a chance now to defend your 200 meter world title, because you didn't compete at the Olympic Games. We didn't see you in that Olympic 200 meter final against Gabby Thomas and Julian Alfred. We didn't get the chance to see you. So now coming back, hopefully you have a chance to defend that title and go up against the reigning Olympic champion, Gabby Thomas. Because we know what Gabby will do, and we know what Shericka will do, hopefully. Because this is the matchup we wanted to see in last year's Paris game. We wanted to see Shericka and Gabby, but unfortunately we didn't see either of that. So now we got a chance to actually see it, because we got a little glimpse of it in Budapest in 23, and we didn't see that obviously in last year's Olympic Games. So hopefully we'll see that outcome in Tokyo in just a couple months. I truly believe that Gabby will win it, but Shericka, though, I mean, who had the number 2 overall time in the women's 200 meter, the chances of you getting it is very likely. But for Gabby, though, with the season she's having, with Grand Slam, I'm pretty sure she's probably peaking in shape very quickly. So we know the women's 200 meter is going to be a great showdown, and I'm so excited for that. Now, when we think of Shelly and Fraser, right, being at the age of 38, chance that you have already qualified for your 13th national team. Shelly Fraser is one of the greatest women's sprinter of all time, without a doubt. And the fact that you're at age 38 and you are still qualifying is just remarkable to me already still. Just the fact you're still doing it at such a high level. And honestly, you can still probably win the gold medal. Most likely we'll win a world title, maybe just a world medal. But nonetheless, what Shelly Fraser has done, it would be very sad to see her gone, knowing this will be her final season. But nonetheless, shout out to Shelly Fraser. Amazing job she has done, representing the women's sprinting side of track and field with such grace and talent and ability. And I've loved every second of watching her. I hope she enjoys a great retirement, but I hope she gives us a great show in Tokyo. So, again, when we kind of think about No Lyles, one quick little recap. No Lyles, you got to start competing, man. We got to start seeing the 100. We got to start seeing the 200. We need to see you show out, man. You are the Olympic 100-meter gold medalist. We need to see you show out, man. We need to see it. We need to see you show out. You need to represent us. You can't be going on all these sports media podcasts and then talking about how track and field is unfair, we're being discriminated, all that. No, you are the face of sprinting. You need to come out and show out. Hands down. Kenny Benerick, I truly believe he'll win the 200-meter world title this year. I truly believe he will. I have no doubt in my mind that he will win the 200-meter this year. He will finally be at the top, without a doubt. Aaron 9, the Phenom 21. Chances are he may not even compete in this year's USA Championships, unfortunately. So, hopefully you could just prepare for the next season if you don't get banned for a certain amount of time. Kishane Thompson of Jamaica, after running a 9.75, being the number 6 all-time in the 100-meter at just the age of 23. You are 23 years old and you run the number 6 all-time best. He most likely will win the gold medal this year. It should have been last year against No Lyles. I mean, personally, when I first watched that race, I thought it was Kishane winning it, not No Lyles. But nonetheless, what you're doing this season, the boy is coming. He is. And it's going to be a great show out. And we think of Shericka Jackson and Gabby Thomas in the women's 200 meter. Now that we got the remaining world champion in the 200 meter and the Olympic champion going toe-to-toe, that's going to be a great show out. And I'm very excited to see it. I want to thank to all my listeners, all my viewers. Comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Hopefully, make sure you stay tuned for my track and field community, for my new track and field page, as you'll be knowing me as Mr. More on Track. And that being said, we'll be back with more next time.